DJ Phoenix's mixtape 17 is dedicated to the memory of Mikey D's of Olympia, Washington's fits of depression. Mike built the city on rock and roll.
Experience your new alternative Olympia style.
Well, that's my normal voice.
Oh, okay.
It goes something like this. Well, that's my normal voice. And it goes something like this.
Cool beans. This is DJ Phoenix with you guys on DJ Phoenix's mixtape 17. Kind of a cool special edition we got going on right now with Dwight Moody of Olympia. Hello, Dwight.
Hello, sir.
Hello. During the song, we were talking about the old Capitol building here in Olympia, which is the kind of really cool, almost Cinderella-like building down by Sylvester Park. What do you know about that?
So that was originally built to be the Thurston County Courthouse, and it was just the front piece of that building.
Just the front?
Yes, and they eventually sold it to the state to become the state capitol, and that's when they built the rest of that block out.
Really?
So that they had the house instead of chambers.
No way.
And they built a new courthouse where the state theater is now.
Really?
And it was much more simple.
Circa, like, when?
Turn of the century.
Oh, okay. So then what must have happened at some point is that it was totally demolished and then a new, like, city block or whatever put up in its place, correct?
The one on
right,
Avenue?
Yeah. Okay.
And right next to it was City Hall. They called it Columbia Hall. It had a big finial at the top. No. And that's why where that tab is now, that building is called the Columbia Building. It's because it replaced Columbia Hall.
Oh my gosh, that's the forefathers. Good see. Wow. If you're a local, as Dwight's telling us this, you can totally visualize where this is. Because for years now, at least our generation, probably the generation before, have known that block pretty much as a theater and a bar and all that. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Interesting. And listeners, you know I'm going to end up going off track because I always do. And sometimes that turns out to be sure everybody's good. Sometimes it doesn't. So let's do this. Let's kind of re-gear. We heard the band a little bit ago. Now I want to play a song by the Specials. This is Ghost Town on Free Radio Olympia, 91.9 FM.
The tests are in, and you're pregnant. Congratulations. Mr. and Mrs. Lubitsch, he was born exactly like your first son, with no amenities whatsoever.
Hey, champ. Why the long face?
I don't know, Scott Baio. I really screwed up last night.
Come on, talk to me.
Talking about guys, what year was the fire on the Capitol? Or not the fire. The after the earthquake. What year was that?
Earthquake was 49.
Okay. So
this was done in 1950.
Guys, this is DJ Phoenix, and talking with Dwight Moody this morning. Showing me a picture of the top of the Capitol building in Olympia, Washington, after the earthquake. What was up with people back then? Not with harnesses and like restraints and ways to keep them from falling hundreds of feet. Nothing. Reminds me of, like I was telling Dwight, this pictures that you've all probably seen of workers like in New York City. Oh my gosh, almost makes me sick to my stomach. Amazing stuff. We've been talking with Dwight Moody this morning. Just some cool things. And during that last track, okay, I've got a fear of heights. Dwight is pointing to this ladder that shouldn't have ever been allowed to exist. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. Be looking forward to more excerpt or segments with Dwight down the road. I kind of want to re-gear a couple of things out here because we're going to draw this to a close here in just a few. Dwight showed me a couple of things that I want to bring to your attention. This is from, what was the name on that again? Crumby's Pharmacy from, is that Tumwater or Olympia? No, that's Olympia. Crumby's Pharmacy made bottles of
Sperm
oil. And I wish that you guys could see what I'm holding in my hand right now. Actually, I will probably have a picture available of Dwight holding this. Because the fact that I've even got this is nasty stuff. Dwight,
it's full.
And it's full. But, what do you think the reason for that would be?
I don't know, but sure it has more to do with the sperm whale than something else that might cross your mind.
I sure hope so. And you know what? With that in mind, actually, let's do. Oh gosh, what track do I want to do? I think real quickly, let's do. Okay, it doesn't matter because I totally messed up. I'm gonna have to edit that copy.
But I can't. He took shrapnel in the kidneys. Now I have 2 good kidneys with the same blood type. But you'll have to talk me through the operation.
If any member of the family should die whilst in the shelter from contamination, put them outside, but remember to tag them first for identification purposes.
All right, guys, DJ D Phoenix here with you, and we are hanging this morning with Dwight Moody. I do want to remind you guys one more time to check out his Facebook page. Look for Dwight Moody on there and go back into time and go back into history. He's got some amazing stuff. We were just talking about a bottle that he's got of something that a local pharmacy put out, like sperm oil.
Crombie's Pharmacy on Capitol Way and Legion.
The Capitol Way and Legion, and I can picture it. So it must have been in the area maybe where the Starbucks is or the old J.C. Penney's.
Yeah.
One thing that, I know what I wanted to talk about. The building that the Pacific Surf Club was in. Which one did you say that was?
That is the New Caledonia building.
What do you know about the New Caledonia building, right?
Not much. I wish I did. You know, the surf club.
Right. Well, like you and I were talking, that our generation wouldn't really remember. Well, we might remember it. Astairs was the first club that I think might have been in that space, and I'm thinking that Astairs was primarily a disco club.
Probably.
Right. So if it's like disco, then it probably might have seen its end in the late 70s, because by the time that a club called Foxes went in there, which would have been about 1983, Astairs was already long gone. Foxes lasted for a little while, and then the Pacific Surf Club opened up about a year after that. And as we know, that remained for about 2 years, became the Malibu Surf Club, and then was purchased by Maurice Nelson and became the North Shore Surf Club, where Nirvana played, as well as a bunch of other local bands. After that, it went through a few other phases, Thekla, and I think actually Thekla was the last one to be there. Anyway, New Caledonia building down on Fifth Avenue. Interesting stuff. Dwight, let's do a couple more song requests. What can the next one be? We're not going to end it yet, so what would you like the next one? What song can I play for you?
How about Counting Crows, Round Here?
Round Here. I've heard of that before.
It was that first album.
Oh my gosh, and really appropriate too, because we are talking about Round Here. All right, guys, Counting Crows. This is DJ D Phoenix's mixtape 17.
You're stupid minds. Stupid. Stupid. That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you jerk!
The first group will average 24 ounces to the dozen, which is the most profitable size. The next, 23.5 ounces. The next, 23, and so on.
You know what, guys? I think I used the term treasure chest or treasure trove earlier, and oh my gosh, I personally am a total fan of Atomic Age art. And what I'm holding in my hand is an Atomic Age art ashtray that's from the Olympia brewery. What year do you think this is, my friend? I don't see. Well, actually, if we had to guess, Atomic Age art was
1950s.
Right.
Because it's definitely 1950s.
Right. Well, that's not a fraud. That's for sure. But oh my gosh, it's so simple design-wise. What is one of your favorite pieces that you've been able to come into?
Well, probably the plate from Dawn's Oyster.
That one that we were talking about a little bit ago. Okay.
It was down in Centralia. Nobody knew what it was, but I happen to know the logo. It didn't say Olympia on it.
Okay.
And got it dirt cheap.
Okay.
But Dawn's Oyster House was on Fifth Avenue, right about where the old Fifth Ave sandwich shop was. And it was torn down in 1920 to build the Martin, that's the building that's there now. So that plate has to be 100 years old.
Isn't that something?
And I got it just dirt cheap because nobody knew what it was.
Right, right. But with Dwight talking about that, though, actually, I saw a picture of that a little bit ago. The Martin, a building that's been around, actually 100 years now. Just about. If you could see the way that Fifth Avenue on that stretch looked prior to the Martin going in, though, you wouldn't even know it was the same block. And the Martin apartments have actually housed some of Olympia's prominent musicians and artists over the years. Want to real quick do another track, and then we're going to bring it back and tie things up. We want to do Where's My Mind by the Pixies. This is DJ D Phoenix. You're listening to all 17 of my mixtapes on Free Radio Olympia 91.9 FM. This is the Pixies. Where's My Mind? And Dwight's looking for his stuff. We'll be right back.
Who's your favorite Olympia DJ?
DJ D Phoenix.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll coming out of the ashes.
Yeah, it seems a little constipated.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a guy, you know, the mean boss. Clear out your desk or I'll knock your head off with a baseball bat.
All right, we do a music show here every once in a while. So with that in mind, let me ask Dwight Moody, who's been hanging with us this morning. Dwight, what's alternative music to you?
Stuff that I'm not going to hear if I just cruise through the dial.
Okay.
Yep. Take me off the beaten path.
Well, yeah, or beat me while we're on the path, one of the two. Okay, cool. And like I was just telling Dwight, there's no right answer, no wrong answer. And that's been one of kind of my favorite questions to ask people as we've been doing this. And, we do come from a pretty rich alternative music area. Thankful for that. So speaking of music, I want you to give me another song that we're going to listen to. And actually, we'll come back one more time. I just surprised Dwight because he thought I was letting him off the hook now, but not yet. So Dwight, we'll do 2 more song requests. What can I play for you right now, my friend?
How about another band song?
How about?
The Wait.
The Wait?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Would you introduce it like they're waiting for you to introduce them?
Well, here's the band. The Wait.
Here we go. Rock and roll. We'll be right back, guys.
It's people like you that are sending this country down the tubes. No sense of pride, no sense of loyalty, no sense of nothing, man. Why do you think there's so many fucking welfare cases in this country? Why do you think it is that Russia's gearing up to kick our asses, man?
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Wait, don't.
What an enjoyable moment it's been hanging out with Dwight Moody. Dwight, will you come back and hang with us again at some point soon?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, it has been fun. Thank you again. And I'll tell you, we have not even begun to touch how much stuff he's got to share with us. So, like I said, if you have any inquiries, correspondence, or whatever, please get a hold of Dwight at dwight.org. And also check him out on Facebook. Check out his Facebook page, which is Dwight Moody. Let's see, Dwight, what word to the world, if you could share anything with Jason up in Manitoba today, or a friend of yours down in Baja, what would you say to the world this morning?
Just, you know what? Don't be a jerk. That's pretty simple. There's way too many people that don't follow that logic.
Oh my gosh, and more as the days go on.
Indeed.
Oh, I know.
And it's just being, pushed by people that are in places of power that should not.
I know. And a lot of, I don't know about Dwight, but I know as we get older, we kind of sound more and more like our grandparents or the older generation. It's because of those kids. Well, I don't know where this world's heading, but it almost seems to me like we might be getting close to the end. And we are getting close to the end. Dwight, thank you so much for hanging with us today.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. And so with that being said, let me get one last song request from you. And I'm going to shove you real fast out into traffic and hope for the best.
It's going to be it's the end of the world as we know it.
Well, what do you know?
And I feel fine.
Well, and I feel okay. I think we're doing all right. All right, guys, this has been Dwight Moody hanging with me today. This is DJ D Phoenix on DJ D Phoenix's Mixtape 17. Here on Free Radio Olympia 91.9 FM. We'll be right back after REM. All right, rock and roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nancy's joining me because the message this evening is not my message, but ours.
An example of the language. What's it sound like?
I am una dina quela kwetu.
Do you know what that means? Nothing at all whatsoever. All you folks who speak Swahili, if you'll drop us a note and give us a translation. What's the next song, please?
It's called Nana Hehe, Kiss Him Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bananarama.
Introducing alternative DJ, DJ D Phoenix.
Experience the new alternative on Free Radio Olympia 91.9 FM.
Hi, this is Stephen Rabo, and whenever they let me out of my padded cell, I listen to DJ D Phoenix in Olympia, Washington.
This is Downtown April Brown with DJ D Phoenix, mixtape 17. On Free Radio Olympia 91.9.
I have a message from another time. I have a message from another time.
Shy guy, he's a shy guy. I have to look after him.
You are in New York tonight. Yeah. By the miracle of television, you're 3,000 miles away in Los Angeles at the moment. But tonight, New York. Let me talk to you a little bit about music. Who produced the album?
Stephen Hague produced the new album. We normally produce it ourselves, actually, with the use of a really good engineer. But
why bring somebody else in?
Well, we liked some of the stuff he did with Malcolm McLaren, and we just got on with him really well. I think that's really important when you're working with somebody in a studio for months on end.
Live from Olympia, Washington, it's DJ D Phoenix.
Look, I want action on this thing, and I want it quick. I've got my whole department working around the clock. So you'll have more help to call on.
It's a very rare thing that we get the feedback from the audience. They say, when are they going to be here? When will they be here? And so many requests. Will you be here a long time? Will you be making public appearances?
yeah, we're in the middle of a tour at the moment, a UK tour, USA tour, and when that's finished, we hope, if the demand's going as well as it is, we'd love to come back and play for you in America.
We thank you very much for joining us here on your first television visit. Much good luck, Marco. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Adam and the Ants.
Olympia. It's the water, it's the music, and a lot more.
But I'm afraid I don't have anything classy enough to wear for such a grand occasion.
Don't you get so damn snotty. Who the hell you think you are, anyway?
I know who I am. I'm nobody. Just like you.
You were working with another group at the time?
No, I was working as a photographer at the time, and I took pictures of the Human League when they were together, and so
See, it's who you know and all of that. What is the British Electric Foundation?
It's a real company that myself and Martin set up when we split up from the Human League, because we thought it was a better way of organising our talents than forming a group.
Enjoy the show.
Are you prepared for the new alternative? Your new alternative is here.
Audiences to this.
Manic energy, excitement.
They really like it?
Yes.
Somebody told me you were smash in Japan. You have hit records in Japan? No, they hit you is the answer from back here where there's no mic. I just don't know what it is. Is this the future or is it now?
It's now is the future.
And on Free Radio Olympia 91.9 FM in Olympia, Lacey and Tumwater, Washington.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart